We obviously know that to achieve the SDGs, goal number 5 around the advancement of women and girls is absolutely critical to the underpinnings of the others. But we also know at the same time that only about 6 or 7% of development dollars support the advancement of women and girls. So how are you approaching this challenge of goal number 5 and how we achieve greater gender equality, which we know will certainly advance businesses and countries around the world? How are we working to do that?
Well, I'm going to be provocative. No, I could give you all the typical answers of programs that we have, whatever. But I think it's essentially a question of power. We live in a male-dominated world with a male-dominated culture. And the central question is the empowerment of women. For instance, empowering women to be women entrepreneurs is, in my opinion, an absolute priority in this perspective, looking from the economic point of view. And the empowering women in the political and administration areas is also equally essential. For instance, in the UN, we have now a program to reach gender parity. I have appointed until now 17 women and 15 men to the higher level of the United Nations. And I have a commitment that the political level, which means the Secretary Generals and the Assistant Secretary Generals of the United Nations, will be with total parity in the end of my mandate, and that until 2028 we will have parity across the board. Because I am a believer that power relations are essential, which means we need to really do it seriously in political systems. I'm very much in favor of a system of quotas in political systems. I'm going to say a barbaric thing. I would be very much in favor of a system of quotas in the boards of companies and in other aspects, because this will not happen naturally. I was reading a very interesting article just a few days ago speaking about gender equality and the way to gender equality. And then they say, the good news is that we are moving in that direction. The bad news is it will take 300 years. So we need to really introduce some mechanisms into the different systems to make it happen. And I introduced quotas in my political party 30 years ago. At the time it was 30% of each gender, and it worked. I tried to do it at parliament level, but we had a minority government and the whole opposition voted against, so we lost that battle. But I think we need to have some affirmative action on this and really to do everything that is in the books and in the strategies about gender equality, but then to really address the problems of power seriously.